The Golden State Warriors win their third championship in 4 years and back-to-back this year now with their second ring in a row as they romp the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 4 to claim that. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and do so. Make sure to turn on post notifications. A lot of NBA content still going to be on this channel. Even though the season is over, we got draft coming up, we got free agency, all of that good stuff. So make sure you guys are subscribed and stay tuned and locked in. But with that being said, a lot to get to here with the championship that the Warriors just won, what this means for LeBron James, what this means for the Golden State Warriors with KD, Steph Curry, and all of that. So let's get right into it. So as you guys can see, I just wanted to take some time to digest this, but this is coming straight off the top. I don't even have my notes really in front of me too much because this is just straight up what I felt, what I saw really, and how I'm feeling about this championship that the Warriors won. So first things first, I will give props to the Warriors for winning the title. I did predict them to win, obviously, but in 6 games, not 4 games, not a sweep. I didn't see this coming, but I have reasons for why the sweep probably happened and why the series didn't get extended. But congratulations to the Warriors for winning the championship. But with that being said, let's talk about this series real quick and where it went wrong, folks. To me, this series was pretty much lost in Game 1. That's right. Game 1, this series was over. That is because the Cleveland Cavaliers should have won Game 1, and they absolutely got robbed. I thought J.R. Smith robbed them, and the refs robbed him, okay? And you guys could say I'm crying over spilled milk here, but it is what it is. They should have won that game, and you don't get an opportunity like that. I know LeBron James talked about it in his post-game, and he was absolutely right. You don't get an opportunity on the road, Game 1, to steal a game in Golden State. It would have shifted the entire momentum, and even if they would have lost Game 2, going back home 1-1, that's completely different than 2-0. So I thought this series was pretty much lost after they lost Game 1, after Game 1 was pretty much taken away from them. And then after that, it was all downhill. Game 2, Steph Curry took over. Game 3, KD had his takeover. And then Game 4, Cavs were absolutely finished, demoralized. And, you know, all the Golden State did was put their foot on their throat, really. So with that being said, as far as legacy, look, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here, and I'm not going to say I have hindsight is 20/20, but I'm not going to be a hypocrite here. And what I mean by that is Kevin Durant did win these 2 rings, and he was the best player. So let's real quick talk about the fact that who should have won Finals MVP. I know a lot of people wanted to talk about that, whether it was Steph or KD. Look, KD won it, and I do think KD should have won it because Steph had 1 bad game. KD didn't have any bad games. Now, did Steph have a better game than him in Game 2 and Game 4? Yes, but you just can't have any bad games if you want to be Finals MVP. If they gave it to Steph, would I have been mad? No, of course not, but KD deserved it, and he won it, and he is their best player, okay? He is their best player, so that is what it is, okay? So props to Kevin Durant. But to me, and this is why I say I'm not going to be a hypocrite, these rings do not mean much to me in terms of where I place Kevin Durant. He's going to be a first ballot future Hall of Famer for sure. Nothing has changed my mind from that. Him winning these rings doesn't validate that to me because he was already an all-time talent. But let's say if he left Golden State and went back to OKC and won a ring there, I think a ring there would have meant more. Look, he joined the 73-9 team that had the best record in NBA history. He joined a team with the unanimous MVP. He joined arguably the best team in the league. So you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that they would have been the favorites to win the championship, and they would have had the best roster to win the title. So to me, it takes away from that allure of really fighting for a championship because you're supposed to win. You're the favorites. You're not the underdog. So this is why I say when LeBron won his title in Cleveland in 2016, it meant way more. It cemented himself and put himself up in the caliber with Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. So it's MJ, LeBron, 1, 2, whichever way you want to go. And it wasn't the Heat titles. Trust me on this. If LeBron just had the Heat titles, I wouldn't have put him in the MJ discussion. But because that Cleveland title really put him there. It's just something about it when you're an underdog, when you come through and win it. And when you don't always have the most talented team, and especially when you don't go to a team that beats you and join them, okay? So that's just how I feel about it, folks. I know you guys might have a lot to say about that, but I'm ready to talk about it. Let's debate. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But let's talk about LeBron's legacy real quick. I don't think this affects his legacy one bit. And you guys can say I'm biased about it, but honestly, what else did you want him to do? He was not the favorite. Golden State has 2 of the top 4 players in the league, folks, and 2 other All-Stars, okay? You're talking about the greatest collection of talent that we have ever seen in NBA history. It would have literally taken a monumental effort to overcome them. You could literally put LeBron on Philadelphia, Houston, and you still cannot definitively say that they would be the favorites over Golden State. That is how damn good the Warriors are, okay? So for somebody to put up the numbers like he did in the finals, now, of course, he didn't have a great game 4, but I mentioned where the series was lost. LeBron James still came through, and he carried this entire roster to the NBA Finals, and that is still an accomplishment, folks. Stop putting that in a negative light, that he's 3-6 in the finals when he was only favored twice, okay? It's hard as hell to get to the finals, but to win it over a Warriors team that is clearly much better than you, that's just asking a lot. So to me, this doesn't affect LeBron's legacy. To me, I still think he's a top 2 player of all time. And for him being 3-6 in the finals, I'm not going to hold that against him, because honestly, he doesn't deserve that. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about that, but that's just how I feel about it. So overall, folks, look, as far as if he should leave Cleveland or if he should stay, it depends on his priorities, of course. If he's, more about his family later down in his career, if he's more about, just, staying with where he's from and really trying to assemble something in Cleveland, possibly, they have that draft pick, the number 8 pick, I believe. Maybe they can trade that to get some other stars on the team. But if he wants to win titles, then he has to leave Cleveland. We all know that. Philly is my favorite to acquire LeBron in free agency. I think him staying in the East, and with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, that gives him the best shot. But then he could also go to Houston. I don't know how the hell that will work salary cap wise. They're going to have to make a bunch of moves, a bunch of trades. But that's just the 2 teams that I think he is possibly going to go to. I know I've heard the Lakers, maybe OKC, but those are really far-fetched for me. So I don't buy those other ones. But to me, I think Philly makes the most sense. But I wouldn't blame LeBron if he stayed. Look, honestly, the titles are going to mean more in Cleveland. But if he wants to go ahead and beat this juggernaut in Golden State, he's going to have to leave. But he does not owe the city of Cleveland anything. He brought them that championship. He promised them. And I don't think they're going to hate him like they did when he left in 2010. I honestly don't. So let's see what happens. But honestly, folks, that's just how I feel about it. Props to the Warriors. Props to KD and Steph. But it is what it is, folks. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you guys agree or disagree with my take. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to turn on post notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.